I got to ask the good football question. If Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning switched places, would results have been different? And who would have been a bit benefited the most of the two? That's a good question because they're two of the greatest regular season quarterbacks ever. And they changed the course of the on offense. Rodgers is considered arguably one of the most gifted quarterbacks ever, and Peyton Manning's Omaha cadence, had everybody. He was, if we just go by regular seasons, you can make the case these are two of the three or four greatest quarterbacks ever. If we were just stopping at regular season, if it was only 16, 17, 18 games, by the time this video come out, it might be 25. You never know. The NFL is going to manipulate. They need to cut the preseason down to 1 or 2, and they probably would justify to trying to extend the NFL past Valentine's Day into maybe March 1st. Don't give them no ideas. But anyway, just making a point because people getting the football really love it like that. But anyway, so who would have done better if I gave Aaron Rodgers playing with Tony Dungy's system, and then you had Payton Manning with Mike McCarthy's? Let me look at it because I can do this. This is all sight on scene. No AI, no gimmicks, just sight on scene. If I was to play role reversal, Rodgers went to one Super Bowl, won one, and repeat. Manning went to two, or when he won two, and he lost to New Orleans, and he lost to Seattle, so he was 2-2, so 4 Super Bowls, and he looked very mediocre. Aaron Rodgers actually looked good in his one Super Bowl appearance against Pittsburgh. And there were a couple of drops that could have been even more than that, but he never got back. He lost those NFC Championship games. So, if I switched it, how would Aaron Rodgers have been with, I want to say, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, and just trying to think about the running game. I think that Aaron Rodgers would have been kind of like, it would have been interesting because his cadence isn't as quick as Manning as far as hurrying up, but he'd have had a built-in system that would have been almost similar to what he had in Green Bay because they both dominated their divisions. It's just that came postseason time when Manning was more loosey-goosey. He didn't do as well, but when he got more conservative, that's when he was enabled once Joseph had died. When the running game was on, the balance of attack, that's what helped Dallas Clark possessions and, so the things like that. So a lot of those playoff losses that Green Bay suffered was on Aaron Rodgers, bad picks or, just something that he just didn't, he missed on marks. Can't say that about Peyton Manning, that he went against better defenses. So would Aaron Rodgers have fared better facing when Belichick with Ty Law on him, was Lloyd Malloy and all them, and those guys were Teddy Bruschi and Willis McGinnis, and those guys. How he did with Richard Seymour? Would he have done any better? That's hard. I don't think so. I don't know if Belichick could have done anything with him because Peyton Manning was more elusive, ironically. Now, but I think Peyton Manning with Green Bay and Mike McCarthy would have been quite well because they were winnable games. He would have won that Seattle game. Russell Wilson was horrible to enter. He'd have won that game with the offside kick. He would have won that game. And he would have been to a couple more Super Bowls in the NFC. He would have figured out how to be his brother. I think Aaron would have had stats with Reggie Wayne and with Marvin Harrison Sr. But I think that if I'm a betting man, Peyton Manning thrives better with Green Bay than I think Aaron Rodgers would have with the Colts if we were to switch them. But that's just my thoughts and takes. It's a good question because we can flip around and thinking about what they had to go through because Peyton had to figure out against some real complex defenses. Were physical. So anyway, let me know what you think. Which quarterback you think would have fared if they had been flipped into the other shoes and the situations, or would it have been just the way it turned out? Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning on role reversals, changing teams. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.